really think they were in love?
Oh, in love? They certainly are. You know, Luke and Laura have that something, that mutual respect and caring about each other, that's what really lasts. That's the old-fashioned kind of love, I guess. That's what I call it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I sure do. It's the kind of love that doesn't go out of style.
Seems so precious these days and so rare that when you have it, you want the whole world to have it.
Yes, I know.
And I can tell just by looking at you two that you do. Why, no wonder Laura's the way she is with you two to look up to. I hope you don't think I'm getting too personal or anything, but Laura's told me so much about you both that I feel I already know you.
She's talking about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the time. She was really proud of both of you. And she wanted you to be proud of her, too. Why, most of all, she said, I want them to believe in me.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Laura said that a great deal.
Now, listen to me talking my fool head off. Why, Whit says I never know when to stop.
No, don't stop. Please don't stop. I really love to listen to
Yes, you made us feel very, very close to our daughter. And we appreciate everything you did for them. And I know that Luke and Laura hold you very, very special place in their hearts. I know that.
Well, to me, they're family. And if you don't mind my saying so, I'm beginning to feel that way about both of you now. Why don't you spend the night? That way you can meet Whit in the morning. The room's upstairs, and it's all ready. It's Luke and Laura's room. I keep it just the way they left it, hoping they'll come back for a honeymoon someday.
Well, if you're sure it's not intruding in any way.
Intruding? On whom? Me and Bessie and the chickens? Come on, I'll show you your room. You can wash up and relax a little and take a little walk before dinner. I'll get you something warm.
Mrs. Whitaker, dear.
Please don't disappoint me. Please, don't tell me you have to go.
I don't want to go. Honest, I don't want to. I want to stay. But the thing is, we were, going to stay in separate rooms.
Separate?
Yeah, what Lesley is really trying to tell you is that we're, divorced.
Divorced?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's no problem. I'll just fix up the spare bedroom, and then I've got to get that dinner fixed. You just relax for a minute. Let me get you something warmer to put on, and then you can go take that nice walk out in the country air. There's nothing like country air, you know.
No.
You're sure it won't be any trouble?
Here you go. This
Thank
was
you.
with...
Oh, thank you.
This may be a little big.
That's wonderful. Thanks.
Divorced. When you come back, it'll be time to eat. My, who'd have thought it?
Oh, I hated to tell her that.
Well, I think she's a big lady. She'll be able to take care of it. She'll handle it just fine. Well, how about the walk? Want to go?
What?
The walk. Shall we, brave the nippy August air?
Oh, sure. If you're sure that you won't leave me stranded in the snowstorm.
Snowstorm? Lesley, it's not that cold out there, I know.
Oh, you don't even remember what I'm trying... The time that we went skiing in Canada, don't you even remember?
Oh, yeah, how can I forget? All that snow and the flat tire and...
Yes, and you left me in a rented Jeep on a cold, lonely, empty, dark country road with, for crying out loud, a shotgun over my lap while you went off hunting for a filling station.
Hey, I did very well. I found a filling station, and, I walked for 4 miles to find that filling station.
5, but who's counting? I certainly wasn't. I was sitting down at the time. Sitting down, freezing to death in that car.
Yes, I remember it took you, I think, about 4 hours to thaw out and about another 5 hours before you'd even talk to me.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that very well. It's really nice in here, isn't it? Nice feeling.
Oh, it is. You know what? There's a word.
What?
It's serene. There's absolutely no wonder that Laura loves it so much.
Why don't we take that walk?
You know something? being here makes me see a whole other side of her that we don't get to see very often, and it's really beautiful.
It's not as beautiful as you are. I didn't say
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, Rick, I bet this is Bessie. This is Bessie that Laura talked about. Hi,
Bessie. Hi, Bess.
Hi. Oh, look at her eyes. She's beautiful. You don't think she minds us being in here, do you? Or she's interested.
Well, I could ask. Bess, mind visitors? Yes?
Do you have anything to say, did she?
No, I don't think she heard me, but I'd say that she's happy to make our acquaintance.
Well, I guess if she could take Luke and Laura being here, she could certainly take Rick and Lesley being here. Laura said that Luke adopted Bessie, whatever that means.
You know, we could adopt, one of these little guys.
Oh, look. Oh, my goodness. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, aren't they beautiful? Hello, you beautiful baby. Oh, aren't you lovely? Oh, how soft. I don't think you're supposed to hold baby chicks. I think it's not good for them or something.
Would you like to sit
I'll
down?
put you down and you can find your mama. Will you? Look, look. Oh, look how it's balanced. Oh, that's precious. Oh, I'm so glad we stayed, aren't you?
Yeah, I feel relaxed already.
Me too. It's wonderful here, you know. It's just real kind of peaceful. Do you know something? I'll bet you that this is exactly where they had that picture taken. That's exactly what it looked like in the background of that picture, and she said it was a barn dance, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to be my partner?
We don't got violins.
You don't got violins in
No.
a square dance. You have fiddles.
Fiddles.
Listen
Fiddle,
real carefully. Listen. You hear that? Isn't that nice? I mean, that is fiddle music.
I got it.
And a collar.
I got it.
Oh, yeah. Do-si-do. And Alaman left and Alaman right. And Alaman left. Come on, madam.
Right to your partner. That's not a right. That's a swing your partner.
Do-si-do is... No, do-si-do. What is it? No, it's the... That's right. Yeah. Yeah, well, I've forgotten myself.
Swing your partner.
Yeah, and around.
Your partner.
And around.
Yay.
And wait a minute.
What?
Just a second. Hold
Yes.
it. Right there.
Ooh, hey, sir, what
Oh,
are you
yeah.
doing? You getting me down in the hay?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I did. Lesley. My best. Sorry about that. Is there a future for us?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm asking if you think there could be a future for you and me. Is it too late?
Not for me. How about you?
Never too late as far as you're concerned.
It takes some time.
I got all the time in the world.
Sometimes, you know, it's still really difficult.
I'm sure. I'll give you all the encouragement I can. Even Mrs. Whittaker says that we're in love. Yeah. Come in! Bye, Bess.
Rick.
him through this.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Steve, do you have any pull with the weatherman?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, goodness, you two are soaked to the skin. Cold.
Yes, well, it's a downpour out there, and yes, it's a very cold one.
Cold one.
What in the world is going on anyway? I've never seen the weather change like this in late summer. It's 42 degrees.
It's crazy. Obviously, it's all a figment of our imagination, and this is not going on.
That's what everybody's saying, but it certainly isn't a summer shower.
Tell us, Rick, did you two have any luck or finding out about Laura when you went to Beecher's Corner?
Well, unfortunately, nothing new.
Oh, it's a shame you wasted your time then.
Audrey, I didn't waste my time. It was a very profitable time, well spent.
Mrs. Whitaker, the lady that we went to see, gave us kind of a, you could call it a little clue about Laura.
Well, basically, it confirms our thoughts that all along we've felt that Laura got on that boat with Scorpion Hill and Cassadine.
Oh.
I hear somebody mention Cassadine.
Well, we were talking about Laura and the possibilities of where she might be.
Well, now, how would Mrs. Whitaker think that Laura might be on the Cassadine yacht?
She didn't. It was a sort of, just a kind of theory, sort of a intuitive thing.
Would you mind elaborating on that?
Yeah, okay. Mrs. Whitaker showed us a picture of Laura that was taken last summer, and Laura was working as a waitress, and she was wearing a black wig. So we suddenly thought, gee, that could have had something to do with it.
With what?
Oh, that could have been how she got on the boat, that she was wearing the black wig so nobody would recognize her, and she went on with the kitchen staff or the maids or something to help.
It's not fact, but it is a theory.
A little far-fetched, isn't it?
Anybody got a better one?
Well, I might have. Of course, it's only an idea. With all this talk about the Cassadines, I began to think about when I used to work for Lamont Corbin. We used to have occasional dealings with the Cassadine family. As a result, I got to know how the House of Cassadine operates.
Now, wait a minute. I thought we were talking about Laura being on a yacht.
Well, we are. If Laura is on that yacht, there's a good possibility she's on her way to the Greek islands.
The what?
The Greek islands.
Yes, the House of Cassadine owns one of them.
Wonderful, a Greek island. I can't stand it.
Here, take a look at this. I found it in an old photograph album. I took it when I was working for Lamont. It's a photo of the big man himself, Mikos Cassadine.
Mikos Cassadine. Who never heard of him. This is getting to be like unraveling spaghetti.
Yeah, who is this Mikos Cassadine?
Oh, he's the big gun in the family. And he's famous for being a recluse. As a matter of fact, he doesn't like to have his picture taken. I might just have a collector's item there.
The more people I talk to about Laura, the more confused I get.
Part of a giant puzzle.
Well, I just hope Laura's not mixed up with Mikos Cassadine. He makes Frank Smith look like an angel.
Tony never mentioned having a brother named Mikos.
There was a lot he didn't mention.
I'll confess, I was stunned to hear the truth about him.
Tony seems so charming, too.
He was the rat. Steve?
Yeah?
Could I have some time off?
Be a good idea. You could use a couple days rest. You really could.
I'm gonna go to Greece and find Tony.
You can't be serious.
Oh, I'm very serious, Steve. I'm very serious. I've got to know that Laura's all right.
Greece, that's so adventurous.
Oh, yes, that sounds very adventurous. I'm not letting you do that. You know how dangerous that could be, traipsing halfway across the world? You don't even know where to start looking for Tony Cassadine. And if you do find him, how is he going to react to seeing you?
I am not going to argue with you about this.
All right, no argument. Fine. You want to go? You're that set on going? Fine. I go with you.
Hey, does anybody mind if the boss puts in his 2 cents worth?
Steve, this isn't your problem.
It is, if it involves the hospital staff.
No, I'm really sorry about that. I don't mean to just go willy-nilly upsetting schedules, but I really feel that I have to talk to Tony. Now, we were friends. We were. At least I thought we were, and he would not turn his back on me. I don't believe that he would. And I've got to ask him to see to it that she doesn't get hurt.
I think we both have to find that out, Steve. Sorry.
Well, I suppose I could juggle the schedule for Lesley, but Rick, you have a heavy wire schedule the rest of the week.
Well, Lesley could go on ahead of me, and I could join her later, as long as you promise not to get into anything that could be dangerous.
I'll see what I can do.
Dr. Hardy, telephone call. Dr. Steve Hardy. Dr. Hardy, telephone call. Dr. Steve Hardy.
Probably another staff member wanting to go on an African safari.
Steve, you just be firm.
Have you forgotten what they call me? Soft touch Hardy.